Finally. I thought I have to come looking for you. What took you so long?
We got into some pretty deep waters there.
Really? What happened?
Probably shouldn't have asked you this.
It was unbelievably manly. It got very personal and a bit weird. It was unbelievably manly.
Right. Did he teach you a way to turn back time?
Was it a mistake leaving him alone with that guy?
No, but I learned no matter how tough you are, someone's always tougher. No, he didn't even want to share his novel techniques with me. Not exactly, but I'm going to start building up strategic seaman reserves. No, he thought it's a bad idea and that I should stop obsessing about it. No, but he did seem to believe it is possible. I'll just go with number 3 here, because it's very silly.
But why?
He looks...
Actually, do me a favor and please don't tell me. Let's just quickly go and that'll be it.
He looks completely perplexed for a moment, but quickly gathers himself. Okay, let's run to the oh, autosave. Okay, let's run to the pale driver. Say hello to her. See what she has to say about that, and then I guess we'll talk to Measurette again, just in case. Wait, she's over there. Just in case there's something he still needs to talk about after I've talked to her.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Okay, nothing new with her. Let's head back to Measurehead, see if this has changed something, if we can talk to him again, or if that is it. Or maybe we'll talk to him again tomorrow or something like that. I guess we'll see. I mean, in the communist quest line you have to read a book, or it's recommended you read a book. And then the quest continues, so having a talk with the pale driver would make sense as a quick intermezzo.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Oh no, so actually is that it? Okay, maybe we'll talk to him again later. Alright, let's go visit Everard Clare, I'd say. See what see what we have to talk about with him. Okay, it's this. A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Let's keep going. Alright. Let's see. Anything over here still? No, I don't think so. Let's go down here. I mean, we have been through here before, so makes sense. Did we go in here before? I think...
You're back
No, we
before the
haven't.
cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Yeah, but rhetoric is gonna be a tough sell. Wait, in here? Yeah, our rhetoric is at 1, so that's gonna be hard to mitigate. It's decreased probably by a thought. Yes. Bringing of the law, Lord Jaw. I think I'm gonna have to keep that. At least it feels right to keep that. And our clothes, are they lowering our rhetoric as well? No, they are neutral on rhetoric. That's fine then. We'll try that at some point. Smoke some cigarettes, put on all our rhetoric clothes, and maybe give it a shot. But I'm not too optimistic that we can do that. The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Let's talk to Everard. See if we can do anything else here. Hup. This is not a fishing rod, is it? It's not the Phasmid.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
A member of the board, is a living god, is an organ in the great state organism of war. Also looks just like me, for himself. I'm gonna go with the third one because it's weird.
Hey? Why the hell not? Now, how can I help you today?
Okay, there's plenty to talk about. I opened the door, you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Can't believe I forgot to tell Everett about this. That's kind of silly, to be honest. I thought I had already done that, which is why I thought I had the letter with me already, but I didn't, because I never even told him about the open door. Damn.
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. He had the glorious flag of Revachol the Suzerain on his wall. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. I'll go with the second one.
The Weasel is no true patriot, Harry. He prays every night for the downfall of the Union and spits upon the name of the king. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is going to be good.
I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
I mean, the guy hanging behind the whirling in rags, or who used to hang behind the whirling in rags, absolutely did deserve it. That much, that much is known. That much I can. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Like, I don't feel even slightly sad for that guy.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
He laughs. Wait, they moved the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Okay.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Nicely phrased, that.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Sounds like Titus.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Despite his boastful tone, he's having doubts about something. But what?
Oh, interesting. Formidable, because... Yeah, we're still on Pyrolidon. We just matched it. Wow, 13. Okay.
Maybe he doesn't believe the boys really had it in them. They're his boys, after all.
I think you're sharing information with the police because you don't think they actually did it.
That's very clever, Harry. Yes, they might have said it just to impress some girls or something. But Titus has a bad temper, so the chances are 50-50.
There was a bullet in the hanged man's head.
So they shot him.
He sounds pleasantly surprised.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my two little policemen. Godspeed, policeman.
Thank you, Everard, for your vote of confidence. It's crazy how sometimes... Like, he always sounds insincere, even when he is kind of sincere, because I doubt he's lying about the uncertainty here, but he always sounds like he's lying. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
He slams his fist on the desk.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
So Sediment, Downwell, and Crenel are the three names we have for those contractors, and it's quite possible that they're the same after some rebranding.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Crenel this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
I love his voice acting. It's so good.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
You don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Everard before you've even courted him properly.
Okay, you mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
Question dodged.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Everard, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Okay.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
I'm just gonna take it.
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, Do you have any more questions?
Good talk, let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Okay, I'm not a man of the left, I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right, not to trust me, I take care of me, I'm a hustler, I grind, I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right, I do what my heart tells me to do. I'm not a man of the left, I'm a patriot of Revachol.
Just between us,
Ouch.
I don't care for those lefty dinks either. It's all about power, and here's how we're gonna get it. I need you to be my kingsman, Harry.
Kingsman? Yes. Please, let's be that.
Authority immediately into that.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this? What are the signatures for? Let's ask that.
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Roller skating, not drugs, Harry. You like this.
Physical instruments trying to keep me on the straight and narrow.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
You mean the fishing village?
Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Fine. If I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here,
He hands you an open, white envelope.
you need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the waterlock, but it should be fixed now.
It is.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a real kingsman and a patriot.
Okay, he runs his fingers through his thin hair. I'm told the Union is involved in the local drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
I am.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
He perks up.
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
He's such a manipulative weirdo, but he's one of my favorite characters. Easily. He's just way too fun.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
I've just finished investigating the local drug trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Details about the murder, we talked about that. That is not gonna go anywhere. We haven't even left his office yet. And he has eyes everywhere, of course. I did it, Everard. I made it even shadier.
What?
The big man looks at you surprised. The brew, the shady, shady brew.
Oh, how could I forget your little side project? Well done, Harry. Well done. Don't even tell me what it was. But good job. I love it when workers take the initiative like this.
So do I. That's one tasty brew. You should drink some right now, if you can.
I might, just for the sake of it. I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I helped you get the body down. And I'm helping you find your gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
I mean, Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Are you sure? I find it a little odd.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
Thank you, electrochemistry. I told Joyce that I met you.
It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, it's absolutely fine.
What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him that?
Harry! I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
Briefly lost his cool there. Okay. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now.
Everard, Joyce seems to think the union is lowballing her.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
Why haven't you... why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Well, fair enough. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret.
He makes an all-encompassing gesture.
Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun.
Oh, I've told
Tell
her.
her about everything. Everard doesn't mind.
Can we go over a few details? I just want to get this unhighlighted, I suppose.
Most certainly, Harry. By all
There we
means,
go.
Harry. What's on your mind?
Everard, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later.
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding. But not too much.
Okay. Ah, right. Thought is done.
Finger pistols, 9mm. Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
Shame. +1 reaction speed, safety's always off. Empty hand slot, give +1 suggestion. Okay, interesting. So every empty hand slot is gonna give us a suggestion. That might mean we can stop carrying around the tear bag. I mean, especially since we don't really struggle with money right now. I guess that would make sense. Okay. -2 logic. That's great. Okay, anything else? Let's take a look at that. Turn back the wheels of time, figure out what's going on with the white-haired lorry driver. Okay, so we just have to talk to her again. I guess there's new options somewhere in her dialogue tree. I might just do that. Confront Hardy Boys about drug trade. Will do. Ask the scab lead about the tattoos. Will do. Get 2 signatures for Everard. Will do. Okay. We have 2 skill points in case we need them. I'll keep them pocketed for now. I'm gonna unequip the tear bag. And I'm gonna unequip the Pyrolidon. There we go. Bonus from thoughts +1. Okay. So it's... 1 second. Okay, we don't have a bonus from thoughts if any hand... Okay, so we get +1, but only if both our hands are empty. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. I mean, you can't just do 1 finger pistol. That would be absolutely absurd. So let's see. Can we teleport from here? We cannot. That is a shame. I suppose let's walk to the Pale Driver and see where in the dialogue tree we can find some more things we have not talked about. So we can return to Measurehead with that. I just kind of want to do that first. I mean, it's our whole deal that we don't do what's necessary for the investigation immediately. We do all the other stuff first, because that's what Harry cares about more. Way more than anything else. Okay, let's leave. And quickly run down the stairs. I'm gonna talk to the scab leader some other time, because I don't really want to listen to his story right now, but we will eventually. And let's talk to the Pale Driver. Let's see what this is all about.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
I think I know what's going on with you.
And what is that?
I guess I'll go through that.
Great. Yeah, fine then.
Ah, there
Just
we go.
try not to black out again, and don't contemplate. We don't have time for that.
This is about turning back time, Kim.
We're still on this ridiculous side task, I see. Ma'am, my partner wanted to know if you work in Pale Transport.
No offense. But your partner?
She lights the cigarette, a white and silver cloud of smoke disappears into her mouth.
Seems like a bit of an idiot.
She breathes out, the air tastes sweet.
Republica. A filterless cigarette from Mesk.
Republica, that's not very I wouldn't complain about health stuff. Has that updated the quest? I guess we're gonna have to go through this whole thing. I'm gonna go with number 2 here.
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Pergunte a Poeira. You're the opposite of me, then. I remember everything. Even things I never knew.
Things you never knew, so you have turned back time.
The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park. The roses on the day of Franco Negro's coronation. On the grand stairs of Ryle. The smoke from the Fowling Piece when Dolores Day was shot.
Yes, yes. This is what you've been searching for.
Thank you, Endurance.
The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Except I never had a father. And I never shot her innocent Dolores Day.
It sounds wonderful.
Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grat Cadla Magistral? There is a kind of wonder there. A sad wonder. But at first I had to make a living. Now, when you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and then come back to this?
She gestures at the square, the broken horse monument, the clanging of machines in the distance.
What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become a vapor.
What does it look like, the pail?
Like looking into the ocean at night, in the dark.
And
You cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than anything. Bigger than all the other things combined.
what does it feel like?
Nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, gray, and orange. The orange of street lights and the color of streets in the electric light. It smells like autumn too. It smells terrible.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself. For humans. It's too much to bear. She loves it.
I just love this whole Pale Driver dialogue tree. It's so good. It's so good. How do you pass through it?
In the belly of an airship, behind the sail windows. So you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it.
Not on this lorry then?
No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connecting to the floor of the hold.
She points to the machines clumped up like toys.
The wheels all small and round. Multi-axle trailers.
One last thing. You said we can just become vapor?
Yes,
This is your chance. Ask her. Is it really possible?
Hold on. You said it was possible to turn back time through Pale.
Jerife, what you understand wouldn't fill a pamphlet. You don't need to turn back time. The Pale is already churning with it. As the tide of Pale rises, so does the past. Someday both will cover the whole world. That's it.
Oh.
That's the story.
You're saying the future will be the past? You mean we'll all be drowned in our own past? You're saying one day I'll be able to return to love? You know what, I'll go with the third one.
If you wait long enough, it's going to be much more than just love. It's going to be the entire history, vaporized. And that's just fine with me. I don't mind becoming vapor. I like vapor.
She gathers a cloud of smoke in her mouth, then slowly exhales.
You don't like the sound of that, Chief. All the really good stuff is right here, in the present.
I feel I already have what you have in some way. I would rather have what you have than what I have, or I would rather have what I have than what you have. I feel I already have that in some way.
They say there is a point. One that I have not crossed. In the Pale, super deep. If you stray too far, of course, on the U41A, or in Lomonosov's land, where every step you take is one step further from home, no matter the direction. It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past, there is a flip. Instead of writing, it erases memory, nearing some kind of indescribable finale. Maybe you've been down the motorway south?
She looks at her cigarette. It's almost out. She has swallowed it hungrily. Then at you, the motorway
It's a
south.
story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Jerife, not Pale drivers. Way beyond the established Pale that's lit by radio frequencies, where it goes silent and dark, and the process begins, erasure, kilometer by kilometer, in any direction. The motorway south is a road you cannot come back from.
What is at the end of the motorway south?
No one knows what's at the end. I've only glimpsed the beginning.
Okay.
I've only felt it in the distance, when I was a child. A child growing on the lake.
Ma'am?
Josiana.
A sigh escapes her lips, then silence as she stares within herself.
There is nothing more to do now. She's far away.
You've fried both your brains enough for today, Detective.
He inspects her, no response.
Now, I'd like to have a word with you about this side task of yours.
I feel like I'm getting really close. I feel like there's still a long way to go. I feel like I'm getting really close.
You've been saying that for a while, and yet, we only seem to be getting further from our actual goal. Because the problem isn't time, it's you, Detective. If you're serious about this, really truly serious, then I suggest you take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself what's really going on.
The lieutenant is right. It's the only way forward. Face yourself, Kingsman. Why don't you ever listen to us? We tried to warn you that you wouldn't like what the mirror had to say.
No, come on. Let's leave this one to her reveries.
He shakes his head silently as he turns to leave. Okay, I suppose it's off to our little hut in the fishing village, since I don't think we have access to the Whirling in Rags anymore, so we're gonna have to go there. And the quickest way there would be to teleport from here. So let's do that. Let's go over there and enter our little place. Take a look in the mirror. See what we can see. There we go.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression. This idiocy has gone on far too long. It's time to wipe that decadent homosexual grin off your face. Time to see yourself as you truly are.
Okay, we need endurance. Okay, that's gonna... we'll see how we can do that. Endurance has no bonus to it right now. We're definitely gonna need a beer for that. Or do we take the... Let's take the brew. Let's take the brew. I think that's fun. Let's see. Do we have anything for endurance? That's pain threshold and volition. No, none of it here. None of it here. Half-light. Half-light. Pain threshold. We need to make this one count. Authority. No. No, none of that. We can level up a little bit, so that's at least good. Physical instrument, no. Electrochem. No endurance so far. Oof. That is physical instrument and shivers. Physical instrument. No endurance close. That's unfortunate. We're gonna take a look at that later. Is any thought reducing our endurance? No, I don't think so. Okay. Because, yeah, if you have a very frail build, reducing your endurance could just lock you into killing yourself, essentially. Or locking yourself into having 0. So that's not gonna happen. Okay. Oh, it's not registering as in my hand yet. So let's quickly re-equip it. There we go. Forgot to do the twice over. Let's do that. That's increased our endurance. Let's put 2 more in here. I am going to save just in case if we fail, nothing happens. If failure is another path, then I'll take it if that's our fate.
You see, this idiocy has gone on far too long. It's time to wipe that decadent homosexual grin off your face. Time to see yourself as you truly are.
Fingers crossed.
It's time you knew the truth, brother.
I'm ready.
Love, time, river call. It's all shit.
All of it?
All of it.
How dare you speak of Rebakol that way?
Face it, brother. No one's got the willpower to build her up again. They won't do what has to be done. Look deep inside yourself. You know it's true. Because it hurts.
I may as well give up then. I won't give up. I can't give up. What's going on? I thought I succeeded. I won't give up. I can't give up.
Who said anything about giving up? It takes a true Kingsman to summon the will to face reality in all its darkness, to stare straight into the abyss and do what must be done.
I will bear any burden. How do I know I'm a true Kingsman? I will bear any burden.
Remember, Kingsmen are not born, they are made. And the only thing that can unmake us is that which drove us to rise above in the first place. We keep that thing locked in the deepest cellars of our mind. So deep, we forget what it is. We keep it buried like a horrible secret. We feed it through the cracks in the floorboards out of a sickening sense of nostalgia. Just enough to keep it alive. And yet, it still comes to us in moments of weakness, unbidden, a source of shame and panic. A day will come when you need to take a shotgun to that cellar, shoot whatever is down there in the head, and walk away, never looking back.
Wait, why do I need to do that? What happens to me then? Why do I need to do that?
Your heart can belong to Revocol, or it can belong to darkness. As long as it's torn between them, it's broken and useless.
What happens to me then?
You will be free to love Revocol like no one has ever loved her. You will be her champion, and she will be faithful to you. If you can just make this last sacrifice, you will finally know happiness.
Okay.
So ask yourself, when the time comes, can you shoot the past in the head, walk away, and never look back on its rotting remains?
Rack the imaginary shotgun, whatever it takes, for Revocol.
The bloated whores, schizophrenic anarchists, and deformed moneylenders tremble, trying to shield their eyes, as he, le gendarme en diamant, walks by. Enough. The Franco-Nigerian Court of Honor has held your naked soul up against the sevenfold sun miracle and looked right through it. Close your eyes and know this is who you are. Nothing, not pain, fatigue, hunger, fear, or desire will ever deviate you from the path. Like an icebreaker, you crush all opposition, plowing forward, no matter what it takes. Now, open your eyes and witness the wonder. The HMS Last Kingsman has left the docks. The world will tremble as you smash all the ice in the world.
Wait, what happened to my face?
It was time to banish that pitiful, sad look from your face and replace it with a perfect reflection of your unyielding resolve, your noble suffering. Maybe it will make you temptation-proof, so something good will come out of this at least. This is the face worn by the first lawbringers, the noble tyrants. Today, you join their number.
Will I ever be able to make another face again?
Never. May this serve as a constant reminder of your sacred, unputdownable burden. That's one way of saying that the nerve damage is quite severe. The only way you'll be able to change your face now is with your fingers.
I will never forsake my those.
Now, shout from the top of your lungs. You are the noble sufferer.
Achievement, the Icebreaker unlocked.
In a rundown shack on the far coast, a middle-aged man pounds his fists and looses an animal cry as he stares into a slither of clouded glass. From above the Bay of Revachol, a cold wind gathers in response. The people of the fishing village pull their coats and blankets tight about themselves. You step back from the mirror. A loose board creaks.
Let the mirror be for now. Okay, let's talk to Kim about that. I'm sure he's gonna be thrilled that we are the Icebreaker now. Kim, let's talk.